Ms. Speier for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Republicans' plan to repeal the Affordable Care Act should be entitled Repeal and Collapse, because it will generate in this country a financial and health care meltdown for tens of millions of people. In fact, if we repeal the ACA, 30 million Americans will lose their health insurance. States and hospitals will be on the hook for $1.1 trillion in uncompensated care, and rural hospitals will close. It will cost the country 3 million jobs. All of this to give the top 0.5% an almost $200,000 tax break and cost middle-class families as much as $6,000 more a year. So once again, the Republicans are taking care of the richest while imposing tax hikes on hardworking Americans. As this chart shows, the ACA has caused dramatic reductions in every age group across the entire marketplace in terms of uninsurance, a 50% reduction in uninsured in America. So what does this mean to the average American? For my constituent, Penny Floor, it could return her to a time when she lived with no health insurance whatsoever. Here's a picture of Penny. She works for the San Mateo Community College District and is one of the 27% of Americans under the age of 65 who have a pre-existing condition. She is now at risk, thanks to the GOP's reckless ideological agenda, to lose her health insurance. This is Penny's story in her words. I tried to buy health insurance in my 30s and in my 40s, and both times I was turned down and was told I was ineligible. Basically, I didn't lie on the portion of the form that asked if I had ever been hospitalized for mental illness. I said I was treated for depression when I was 17, and for that, I was denied the ability to purchase health insurance. For a long period of my adult life, I had no health insurance. I worked for a nonprofit child care center and had no coverage. I got married in my 40s, and both my husband and I went to graduate school and were covered then. But when we received our degrees, the coverage ended. My husband was working as a freelance computer programmer. He ended up taking a corporate job that wasn't his dream job so we could be insured. He's still there today. He's 62 and I'm 60, and we live in fear he'll be laid off. I'm holding my breath that there will be some coverage through Medicaid if that happens, or if we make it to retirement. When I was younger, I was lucky enough to have incredible health. I didn't go to the doctor or the dentist for 10 years. I was constantly terrified that I would be in a car accident and would be sued. And I was afraid my family would be bankrupt trying to take care of me. Thank God for Planned Parenthood and access to birth control. It's the only medical attention I received during that time because their sliding pay scale was the only thing I could afford. Now I am 60, though, and I do have health issues. I was hospitalized earlier this year for blood clots in my legs and lungs. It was scary and expensive, but we had good coverage. But if the ACA is repealed and Medicaid is affected, I don't know what we will do. We are educated, not poor, very productive members of society, and we are scared. These are the words of a real American, my constituent, Penny Floor.